blade, so I'm making sure that's as clean as I can get it. And this is camellia oil, and I've been really liking this stuff. I know there's a few people on Reddit that are big proponents of it, and I can see why. For long-term storage, I don't think I'd recommend it, especially if you live in a climate like I do. It does not last as long as using ballistol. The ballistol seems to be the best for my area. It's thicker. It allows that moisture, any moisture that's on the steel, to evaporate, and so I've just been using that. But I'll use this to for when I'm done honing. I'll just use the camellia oil before my test shave, so it keeps it covered. But if I'm going to do any storage, it's got to have the ballistol on it. And here, this takes a lot of the sensation away, but you can still feel some of the stone engagement, but it's very minimal. But this isn't to get that sensation anymore. This is to take off as little of the steel as I can, because I don't know that you can see it, but there is swarf that's building. Oh, and then this stone, they talk about it in the books about auto slurring. This stone does not auto slurry. You have to really push on it, and then you're damaging either the stone or your steel if you're getting that far into it. But this one does not auto slurry. Like the stone I used to slurry in the beginning, that one auto slurries like nobody's business. I can actually, that one does a nice job for keenness too. But the feel of this one is my favorite so far. And I don't notice that the oil takes anything away from that. It's just about refining. And I wasn't about killing the edge, because it's already a coticule edge. This is, I'm just refining it on this stone, a different stone. What I've been trying is the one-hone stone stuff, from setting the bevel all the way to the end. But like I said, just getting to know the stones and how to get that sensation of the edge you're wanting. See, it cut fine. It just wasn't as keen as I'd like it. It was just comfortable, but I have to have that extra keenness, especially once I felt like the different, well, I've only felt the one edge that Sean Staplefeld sent me, and how keen that was. So I know they can get keen. It was just achieving it for myself. I just haven't been able to get that level, but I'm getting pretty darn close with this method I've been using so far. And holding on to the comfort, because you can go and you can take this and strop it on some paste, or you can run it over onto the Thuringian or arc to bump up the edge, and that's fine. That's just whatever you want to do to be able to bump your edge to make it make it work for you. But I'm wanting to get the most I can performance out of what I can out of the one stone for my own personal abilities and knowledge. And then as you go through things, you find a better, faster, a more efficient way. That's just how it is with learning. But if you're not going through those steps, in my opinion, you're not learning those things that are there. You know, you're just missing out. Now I know that Josh Pascal, he was talking about not using both hands. You're missing out on a skill, developing hand-eye coordination. That's not just good for shaving, but it's also good for other things. You know, you might feel that you just don't have that ability, but you know what? If you don't practice it, you don't use those muscles, you don't develop those skills, you're not going to have them. You know, so that's just kind of the same thing with the honing. Is if you're not pushing yourself to learn more and try new things, you're not going to learn new things. That's all there is to it. It's not anything against you or your abilities or anything. That's just how things work. And so honing, like anything else you do, that takes skill, repetition, practice, all that stuff. It's all about what you put into it. So this has been really consistent, and the whatchamacallits, the oil has been thinning out. But I've been noticing that the pitch has changed, even though it's in the oil. There is a pitch that has changed on it. And if you're not looking for it, you don't notice it. I know I didn't. At least I didn't realize that's what I was feeling before. And then it dawned on me. I was like, well, how can I describe this? And I was like, oh yeah, there's a difference. Something changed. So let's see if we can hear the pitch. You notice it's not as scratchy sounding when it goes in. You hear this one? You don't even hear that one anymore. Oh, that one a little bit there. And then if you do some stropping, and like Devin said before, the hand stropping is a little bit kinder on the edge. You're not rounding the apex so much. If you do this, you're refining it that much more. But then more and more I've been waiting to do any kind of stropping, and if I do stropping, it's hand stropping. It's waiting to the very end because I want to see what my progression from the stone, if my bevel is even on both sides, all those variables. I want it to be as consistent as I can get it without having to not falsify, but man, words are hard today. I am struggling. Well, yesterday was a rough day for me. My neck was all jacked up and I had a headache all day, so I was pretty much laid up yesterday. Yeah, whatever. It's just, I still didn't think of what that one stone was called from before. So you hear it's like quieter. So I think that's just about does it for this. I'm gonna do test shave. I don't know if it'll be in a little bit or not. It all depends. But I'm pretty sure that's, oh yeah, like no resistance. It's just buttery smooth popping through those hairs. Alrighty, that's it. Oh, and then I did make these scales too. They came with the black horn ones, but I think they went better with another razor, because you never know when you get some of these old razors in whether they're gonna be, the hair is stuck on there and I can't get it off. Whether if that's what they went, but I had some sheep horn left over, so that was my last washer, so hopefully I can get some more in soon. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Take care.